Hi everyone, I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for our weekly reading from Monday the 24th of October through to Sunday the 30th of October. I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. So I'm asking now for a card for Monday. We have the Nine of Pentacles. For Tuesday, the Seven of Wands. Wednesday, the Lovers. Thursday, the Four of Pentacles. Thursday, the Six of Swords. Sorry, that's Friday, the Six of Swords. Saturday, the Three of Cups. And Sunday, the World. Wow, what a huge week we're having. And Monday, the Nine of Pentacles is reminding us to look how far we've come, to really show up. We've shown up, we've done the work, and we have come so far on our path. The Nine of Pentacles is one of prosperity, one of physical health, and just asking us to sit back and to really enjoy the benefits of all our hard work. To know that we are now coming into alignment with our higher self. To really connect with that spiritual guidance. Because when we connect with that spiritual guidance, it guides us into divine abundance, and that can come in the form of health, feeling better, well-being, finances, prosperity, increase in our finances, and being able to sit back now and let the abundance flow to us. If we are feeling that we are going into any kind of struggle, any kind of stress, to just step back, and that leads us in to Tuesday. So Tuesday we're being asked to pick our battles wisely, and Tuesday is the solar eclipse in Scorpio. And as we come into this solar eclipse, we'll start feeling it as from now. Solar eclipses last for 6 months. So we are being given the opportunity to really delve deep as the solar eclipse, the partial solar eclipse, is in Scorpio, in the south nodes. So the south nodes are all around what we've experienced in life. And the north nodes, which is where the lunar eclipse is in the 8th of November, is where we are wishing to create in our lives, what we are wishing to create in our lives, and where we focused our intentions upon. So somewhere in between the partial solar eclipse in Scorpio and the full lunar eclipse in the north nodes in Taurus, it's asking us to look at the murkiness, to really sit in our waters, the dense waters, and allow them to come to the surface, because this is a unique time for healing. So anything that's hidden, maybe some addiction, maybe we're having those thoughts that are quite toxic, or we have an addiction to sugar or anything, any addiction that we have not got the insight why we do it. So these insights are coming to the surface during this solar eclipse, giving us the opportunity to really sit in our waters without projecting those emotions into our life. So we're being asked to choose our battles. What is it that we are no longer willing to carry in our lives, those old patterns? And these are ancestral wounds as well coming to the surface. I'm feeling this, the ancestral wound coming to the surface, to be anointed with our love, to be anointed with this beautiful energy of healing during this time. So what have we learned from our parents? And we are still in that behavior without even realizing it. What is this ancestral wound? Is it a wound of lack? A wound of forgiveness? A wound of lack of self-worth? What is these wounds that are coming up now? And the energy, this cosmic energy, this galactic healing that is occurring now is asking us to sit in it, to not project it, to pull the plug on that murky waters and allow it to go, so that we can then start to see with clarity without projecting the past into our future. Being mindful of our battles, because each battle that we project outside of us is actually us going into battle with ourselves. And it's time to have that truth now of a time of healing, a time of nurturing our wounds, that healing those wounds, going into those uncomfortable feelings that we push down, and we will go into rescue. We'll start rescuing everyone around us from our own pain. And so Scorpio, this solar eclipse where the sun and the moon are coming into conjunction, and we have this interference with the partial solar eclipse, so it interferes with the new moon energy, asking us to go within, to really be gentle with ourselves during this immense time of healing, of internal insights, of whatever relationships are going on, because Venus is at play in this new moon, and Scorpio and Venus are very powerful together, asking us to delve deep into the relationship we have with others. Some people causing us to feel unworthy, not good enough? Are we all overcompensating from not feeling good enough? Relationships creating feelings of oppression that we can't speak out. How is that making us feel? Are we internalizing? and mulling things over within emotionally because we can't speak. So during this time, it is to not speak from those pains, but to actually delve deep into where those communications are coming from, where that emotional memory is coming from. And to take that breath and to have some expansion from carrying the weight of these old emotions, ancestral emotions, ancestral wounds. Where are we reacting in our lives? And in the same pattern of our parents or what we've been taught that is not in alignment with who we truly are. And this is not to start battling, it's to go within and nurture ourselves and to speak from an aligned place. Not to keep quiet because we want to save the peace, keep the peace, because that again is an oppressive energy. To actually look how this is making us feel, to be able to honour those feelings without projecting them and reacting from them, because when they come up, when someone starts to treat us in a certain way, we will go into the old reaction instead of going within, honouring our feeling, honouring how the other person's feeling also, and allowing these wounds to come to the surface so that we can anoint them with healing. Such a beautiful time of immense, deep emotional healing. Not to go into battle at all with ourselves or others. We have those beautiful lights coming in of the sacral, the heart, of spirit, to actually do our self-healing during this time and spend that time in that beautiful spiritual essence of who we are. So Tuesday, a massive day, a big day of self-healing, of self-insights, of these hidden insights coming to the surface now really easily for us to see. And as we start to clear our emotions, clarity comes. We start to see with beautiful clarity. And I'm so sorry, my little Grace is at the window calling to everyone who passes. Wednesday we have the Lovers. So the Lovers is reminding us that we've got these two people and these vines are growing in that beautiful heart-shaped clover, balancing our divine masculine and our divine feminine. And this is the card that is connected to Gemini. And Gemini glyphs are the two, it looks like a doorway to me when I see the Gemini glyph. Two lines coming into it's the twins, but also it's a doorway of what's next after all this insights that we are receiving about ourselves. What's through this doorway? What is through this thinking outside the box, thinking free from past programming? What is there? And as we come into this place of love, it's expansion. And Mercury is the planet of Gemini, who this week is connecting to certain planets, certain zodiac signs, to help us to communicate in a nice, balanced way, in a loving, harmonious way. And as we do this, doors open and we step into deeper spheres of love, having that beautiful dance of allowing things to flow without any pressure, without forcing, allowing things to come in naturally and flow naturally, without us going into a place of projection of, I need this person to act this way, then I will be happy. Or I need this person to act in that way so they will be happy, which is all an illusion. Coming into that place of grace within, of that untanglement, of finding beyond all the murky waters that we have within us, finding that divine light. And as we find love within, as we connect with divine love, everything in our life starts to fertilize, grow, just like the seeds that we're planting beneath all those murky waters that Scorpio is asking us to delve deep into. Are those beautiful seeds, our treasures, our absolute treasures. So Wednesday, and Wednesday is a beautiful day of expressing, of communicating, of things coming in really clearly, and being aware of how we're speaking. Are we coming into this alignment, or are we projecting from an old emotion that Scorpio's bringing up for us to look at? Are we speaking from a place of purity, of no ulterior motive there? Seeing with clarity. So Wednesday, the day of the lovers. Thursday is the Four of Pentacles, asking us to open up, to give freely with an open heart. And as we give from a cup that runs over with love, we give in a aligned way. And this is reminding us about balance of giving and receiving, of not holding, fearful of giving any beautiful communication to anyone. Where are we resisting giving love? Where are we resisting giving compliments or acknowledgement? Where are we resisting that? Because Scorpio is saying, look at these feelings of resistance. You're sat in those murky waters, not wanting to allow or give beautiful energy for whatever reason, whether it's coming from a fear of loss, a fear of unworthiness, or a fear of being judged even, to open our hearts now. And as we give, we receive. That is the spiritual law. That is the law of cause and effect. So on Thursday, just going within and asking for the insights, talking to our spirit within. Where are these feelings of resistance coming up from? And Jupiter moves into Pisces on Thursday, the 27th, asking us to expand, connect with our Pisces it's the completion, it's the end sign of the zodiac, it's the sacredness, the spiritualness, the sensitivity. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the cosmos, so it expands wherever Jupiter goes, and it's indirect. So wherever Jupiter goes, it expands whatever sign it's in, and we have the beautiful influx of that energy. So it's asking us to expand into our interconnectedness, that whatever we do to one, we are doing to ourselves. Wherever there is resistance, the universe will resist. Regardless if our ego tells us that can't do that, they don't deserve it, I can't do that, or maybe I lose some light for myself, however it may be speaking to us. I can't give love because if I give all my love, what if I get hurt? What if the love doesn't come back in the same way? And love will never come back in the same way. We're all so different. So to love from our authenticity, and regardless of what happens, we have always done the right thing. We have always given from an open heart, and that will come back in that beautiful flow of give and receive. So on this beautiful day where Jupiter shifts into Pisces, which is completion and bringing peace and harmony. So when we give something beautiful to someone, we feel good, and so we lift our vibration. So Jupiter in Pisces is just asking us to expand. Look at where we are not in peace and harmony with ourselves or with another, and to surrender. It's an old astral wound, an old wound coming from the service, to be cleansed with love. It's an ancestral wound, that a learned behaviour that we won't, just feels uncomfortable. And while we're entangled in that, we will block ourselves, hold ourselves in this three-dimensional place of we can't give, in that place of not being aware of what we give comes back from a beautiful open heart. It comes back. So Thursday, a day of really going within. Wednesday is a day of love, opening up, going into that expansion and just surveying our life. Where are we feeling niggled in our relationships, or what situations in our life, and look at the charge that it's bringing up within us. This is what this Scorpio solar eclipse that will last for 6 months, bring beautiful change into our lives when we actually acknowledge it and be aware of it. So Thursday, look at where we're restricting ourselves, where we can't give. Friday, a beautiful day of healing, and you can see we're healing from the roots up. This is the ancestral wounds come in, and we start to see through the veil as we heal and we move forward in our authenticity. As much as we love our parents or whatever relationship we had with our parents and all who came before us, we are different. We are carrying this light forward from lifetimes and lifetimes, because we knew all these astrological events were taking place at this time, and we knew the assistance that we are receiving with the planets, with galactic masters of light. We're receiving galactic healing. We're becoming and expanding and realizing that we're all interconnected. And regardless of what our ancestors did or didn't, we are here to take on the talents, to allow those talents that we all hold within our DNA, we hold within every cell of our body, and let go of the restriction, let go of the illusions and the conditioning that unawares we will be unaware that we will be in those old behaviours and patterns. And when we see them, it's like, I've seen a lot of my mum in me, and I love my mum, but it's like, wow, that behaviour, whether it's from my mum or from anyone from my childhood, that behaviour hurt me, and I'm doing that without even realising. And it's like, okay, I go in and I love whoever I've learned that behaviour from, but see the pattern of the illness that came from that behaviour, the upset and the anger that came from that behaviour. It wasn't coming from the joys of spring, it was coming from pain within. And we have picked these behaviours and conditionings up, these programmings that we're receiving a healing through our roots now. We can see the energy, that beautiful emerald coming up from our roots, aligning us now, taking the beautiful gifts and talents from our ancestors and allowing those old conditions to dissolve now. They're not relevant in this lifetime. They're not relevant in this time. To break free and expand into our own uniqueness that even maybe our parents didn't understand, our ancestors may not understand, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. We don't need anyone to verify who we are, only ourselves. To have that belief in ourselves, to take the strength and the empowerment from that belief, regardless of whatever is occurring in our outside world. Odin and this beautiful Jupiter in Pisces is asking us to emit that beautiful peace and harmony through our words, because it's got the power of expansion and the energy that we're sending out into our past lives, into our ancestors, our female bloodline, our male bloodline, our families, sending beautiful healing there and feeling immense gratitude. Because if it wasn't for our ancestors, if it wasn't for those who came before, we would not be here shining this light of healing for our future generations. So the Six of Swords in traditional tarot is where they're moving now. There's been turbulent water, but they're moving into the calmness, into that emotion, because we've shifted our old ways of thinking that we've been hypnotized into, shifted those old ways of thinking into calmer ways, into peace, into harmony. So this comes through into our emotions, and when this happens, we start to move into a new environment, a healthy environment, one that is prosperous and happy, because each and every single one of us deserves that. We have spent lifetimes, past lives, thousands of past lives to bring our light here and to hold our light and to nurture and feed our light with divine love, so that light shines bright on our path and everything else, all the illusion, falls away because we are not entangled in it any longer. So Friday, a beautiful day of feeling that peace and harmony within and allowing anything else to just dissolve. And then Saturday, gifts of love, a celebration of love, because as we start to sit in our waters and not project them around us, we sit in the uncomfortableness of it. We sit there and we hold ourselves in love. And for every conditioning, programming, every false belief that we have took in, we start to see clearly. We start to see how beautiful life is. We start to move away from the third dimension, moving into the fifth and higher dimensions. We can't move into those higher dimensions trying to fix the third dimension, make it the way that we would feel happy in, because every single person has a different vision. Every single person has a different reality playing out. So as we let go and allow those to play out, because that's their soul journey, we start then to really come into alignment with the celebration of love, with the celebration of our gifts, with who we are, celebration with our ancestors who have brought us to this time. Every past life, every ancestor, our past life is here in this moment, experiencing, clearing, shifting, until we're moving into this, yes, I get it. I don't have to solve those problems out there. I don't even have to have an opinion, because if I have an opinion, I've moved into separation. Everything is in divine order. We are and always will be divinely blessed. And this brings celebration. This brings news of pregnancy, of fertility, of beautiful people coming together and falling in love, and celebration of marriage. And as we focus and we allow this beautiful divine light to burn within, it transmutes the old stuff that weighs us down, that weighs heavy in our hearts and in our minds. We've carried it for eons, and now we are coming into alignment with our higher self. We don't have to carry that any longer. We can let it dissolve into this divine light, this divine source energy within us that's guiding us into these beautiful times of upliftment. And then on Sunday, we have the world at our feet, anchoring all this beautiful light that has been flowing to earth through Venus and the conjunction with the sun. And as we took in that energy of Venus and the sun and taking it in, that is divine intelligence that will guide us through these murky waters of this Scorpio partial solar eclipse. Is the light there, that's the light of love that's saying, come this way. You don't have to carry that any longer. And it's, oh my word, yeah, how I have been projecting that on. If blaming it on others, blame and shame and all the rest of it on others that's been put on us. And it's like, nah, I'm not blaming and shaming myself or anyone in my reality, because we're all here doing the very best we can with the conditioning and the mind programming and everything and how we've been treated. We're all doing the best we can, but opening up and allowing ourselves, our souls, to open up and be nourished by the light of God, anchoring it into our lives, coming from a place of alignment to peace and harmony, allowing peace and harmony to actually guide us. And as we do, each footprint that we take on our beautiful Mother Earth, we ascend in sacred energy there of peace, sacred energy of harmony into her beautiful heart, sending it into the heart of Mother Earth, coming into alignment and anchoring this light in, lifting the vibration of Earth, of our world, so that it can absorb and move into the higher frequencies. And as each one of us open up and connect to those higher frequencies, we all become transmitters of light all around the world, transmitting light, a network of light, a matrix of light, of high heavenly vibration. So a beautiful week of going into those murky waters, realizing we don't have to carry that dirty water, those uncomfortable emotions any further. The cosmos, the galactics, the universe, God, the angels, our ancestors, our guides are saying, put it down now. Put it down. Be gentle with ourselves. Be gentle with ourselves through our grief, because things are changing. We have lost loved ones. To be gentle in our grief. To be open and honest about our grief also. Not to push it down, because it's unhealed. It's a beautiful part of who we are. It's opening to a deeper love for everyone in our life, including ourselves, to show how much we have loved, to feel it. Beautiful, beautiful feeling of that deep love. So being gentle with ourselves as we're moving through this time within the next 6 months and up until the 8th of November, where we go into the full lunar eclipse, which as we do this work, we are traveling to the north nodes, is where all our beauty is. Everything that we are moving towards is in the north nodes. So we're moving from the south nodes of that deep cleansing and healing into the north nodes on the 8th of November, where this work is going to pay off in beautiful ways that we could never imagine. So go within during this time. Go within, find out who we are. Keep the bits that are light and allow the bits that are heavy now to go, lifting the vibration of this beautiful world and embracing this light. So what a wonderful week, so much big energy coming in, but it's all beautiful, it's all loving, it's all healing. So spend some time letting go of the outside world, We're in such a powerful time in our spirituality that the mental can take over, and as the mental takes over, it blocks us from our higher self. Our thoughts, our mental energy, we start to believe it, and it's all history. It's nothing new. When we've received those heavenly messages, we know it's energy that's never ever come in. It's a message that has come in from the pureness of love and the pureness of healing. So a wonderful week, and I'm sending so much love and healing to anyone who needs it during these times. Be gentle. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless. Thank you.